Hello ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, bringing you the winners match from the MST Group 1. I hope you guys are enjoying looking at the advertisement for a keyboard in Korean. Looks pretty sweet. Yeah, RMB 349 to 369. I have no idea what that means, but there you go. There's a keyboard advertisement for you. That's what we get to see in Korea. I love it. And this is going to be the winners match between Jangbi in the bottom left, the Protoss, and Hydra, the Zerg, at the top right. This looks like Circuit Breaker. Pretty sure, yeah, it looks like Circuit Breaker. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Hydra finished out that last game very, very quickly. This is like the complete polar opposite. Hydra finished that last game in under 10 minutes, very, very quickly, dismantling SAC with a nice little Zergling pump, and just follow that up very, very well. Good evolution of his army and of his tactics, and just really just broke SAC down very effectively. On the other hand, Jangbi took a really long time to take down Hydra. It was like 36-minute game, something like that. It was pretty long. It was pretty intense. It was a very long game. Hydra was started out by turtling, so Jangbi kind of expanded and built up his army, and the game just very much went into the late phase pretty quickly. It was a long, challenging game, but I think Jangbi showed his mettle, showed that he's got his PvZ chops maybe back a little bit. I don't know how. I don't know if he'll be able to take down a guy of Hydra's caliber. I hope so. I think he's got it in him. He can definitely beat a guy like Hydra. I think if they've only played like once or twice, and it's been a while, so and Jangbi lost that game, so I don't know if it really counts because it was a while ago. Just throwing that out there. So that's where we stand, and yeah, this should be pretty interesting. We'll see what happens. Hydra is going pool first, and they are starting at cross position, so a rush attack of Zerglings should be easily defended by Jangbi. He is getting his forge first, which is good. He's not trying to be super cheap or something. He's not trying to be dumb, basically. So that's good. Anytime Jangbi's not being dumb, I'm pretty happy. Like that first game with Jangbi, I was pretty happy because he wasn't making the big errors that he usually does. He usually finds a way to commit somewhere where he shouldn't be committing. He forgets to build a couple cannons like in his main, and Mutalists come and kill him, or like just forgets something or another, and it just never works. So Jangbi's seeing the whoa, interesting. Did you see that? Did you guys just see what happened there? The hatchery for Hydra went down at the bottom right, so Jangbi thought that was the main, when really it was the top right. So Hydra messing with Jangbi's brain a little bit, and almost got Jangbi by surprise. The second probe able to catch it. So good thing that the second probe was sent out. Otherwise, Jangbi could have been in. Actually, no. I think that first probe was the one that went to the top right, so I think Jangbi would have seen it anyways. But almost got him by surprise, and some Link could have showed up at his doorstep without his knowledge, which would have really been unfortunate, but not going to happen. Jangbi going to be able to expand with ease, and Hydra taking his third hatchery very, very quickly as well. So, standard openings, nothing. No one's going to do something dumb and get a run by, it doesn't look like. Hydra could still go for a run by technically. We're still early enough, but looks like we're going to get past that phase pretty easily. And Jangbi just getting the scout on with his probe. So this map, Circuit Breaker, kind of gets divided into quarters. The top left, top right, into the corners. And each of the quarters has 3 bases. And you can see the mains and the naturals. And if you go around if you're at the bottom, then you wrap around your side to the bottom. If you're at the top, you wrap around to the top, and you'll find yourself in mineral only. So those are how the quarters work out, and then the cardinal directions each have extra gas expansion. So a lot of expansion, 16 bases on here, 12 gases. That is telltale sign for a pretty solid macro map. If the game is allowed to get to that point, once it gets into the mid phases of the game, there's a really high probability of it getting into a big macro fest, which is usually pretty fun to watch. There's a lot of strategy involved there. There's a lot of cool stuff that happens. And Jangbi getting his +1 weapons at his forge, and this time I don't believe he got his assimilator, so it's not going to be the same. Yeah, he did get that second assimilator, so it's not going to be the same thing as what he did in the first game, where he did that +1 attack with just half a dozen zealots, and then backed it up with extra corsairs using that second gas. This time it's going to be something a little bit more straightforward, I guess. Straight up +1 speed lot build is what it looks like right now. We'll see if that second assimilator gets thrown down at some point, and we do see more of a tech build, but it does look like we're going to just see a a +1 timing attack. And there we go, the Stargate and the Citadel of Adun coming down at basically the same time. And Jangbi blocking off his base with a couple Zealots and a probe. Hydra coming in, actually that's a lot of Zerglings, 6, 7, 10 Zerglings, that's a pretty large number of Zerglings. Is he going to go try and do a break? That probe is a little bit vulnerable, and it looks like, yes, the probe is going to go down, and now Hydra's going to try and get a break, and he is, because there's only one cannon there. So Jangbi, with only that one cannon, in a little bit of trouble there, and you saw his eyes wide open there, a little bit concerned. Is he going to be able to deal with this? And he's trying to do some probe micro, losing a couple probes here. See how many Zerglings he's able to kill. Kill off most of the Zerglings. Looks like there's just 3, 4 left. They're going for the Stargate right now. A couple of Zealots for Jangbi, so he should be able to defend against this. Just needs to be careful not to lose too many more probes. He's already lost 3 or 4, so these Zerglings have definitely already done their job. He's just gotta be careful. Does not want to lose too many more, because then he'll just fall too far behind economically. But doing a pretty good job here. So right now, considering he allowed the run by with only one cannon, really cheating on the cannons. I think I'm kind of surprised. Maybe Jangbi not feeling totally confident against Hydra as he was against Hoja, so he wanted to try and cheat. Skip out on a cannon and see if he could still get the still be safe. And Hydra kind of noticing it, noticing it with that Overlord that was at the back of the natural, and seeing that there was only one cannon and taking advantage, punishing Jangbi really for only producing the one cannon. If there's a second cannon there, I don't think that happens. A lot more of those Zerglings go down right off the bat, and it's that much more of a wall and yeah, a lot of things. So yeah. So Hydra punishing Jangbi a little bit. I don't think Jangbi was expecting that at all. So yeah, that's that. But Jangbi does end up dealing with it. We'll see what he's able to do now with his +1 timing attack. The Zealots have moved out. A pretty small number of Zealots. Actually, I don't know. Pretty small number. It looks like he was only pumping off of 3 gateways, but really wasn't able to pump quite as effectively because of all that last mining time. So he doesn't have as many Zealots as he'd probably want. Speed has finished. +1 should be finishing pretty soon. And this is a Mutalisk build from Hydra, so Mutalisks are out in the air. And a nicely timed, or luckily timed, Zergling appearing on the ramp for Hydra, so he's able to block the Zealots from wandering into his main. So that was fantastic for Hydra. Whether I don't really believe that was playing. That was kind of lucky, but still that works out very much in his favor. So 3 or 4 Zealots go down, doing absolutely nothing. One cannon coming into Jangbi's main to help defend against these Mutalisks, but Jangbi's got to be pretty careful. This is an interesting situation for him. Looks like he's actually just streaming Zealots towards Hydra's main, trying to just keep these Mutalisks at home as long as possible and try and do as much damage as he can. Try and pick off a couple drones if he can. I think he might have picked off the second colony at the front. We'll see if it's still there or not. He's sneaking some Zealots into the main. You see him just splitting them up, doing everything he can know. That second colony's still alive, and now it goes down finally. So interesting attack here, just trying to keep the pressure on, trying to keep these Mutalisks away while he prepares his defenses. But definitely overall, this is not good for Jangbi. He, this is a lot of Zealots he's using to buy time, and unlike Zerglings, they're not nearly as cheap and as efficient as Zerglings are at this sort of job. So these Mutalisks are now going to be able to pick off this Zealot and a couple other Zealots trying to wander around the map, and Jangbi just trying to buy some time. And he is pumping some Corsairs now, getting a couple out into the air to help defend. But his natural's pretty at risk right now. He has no cannons at his natural in his mineral line. Once again, skimping a good bit on cannon. Oh, I got a doorbell. I will be right back. Alrighty then, sorry about that. I'm back. I had to go answer the door, and I'm trying to remember exactly what's going on. See what's going on. Oh, that's right. The Mutalisks going around, and Jangbi spreading out his Zealots as much as possible. And now, if he loses one of those Corsairs. Nope, okay. So he's got 4 Corsairs now, nearing the point where he can deal with the Mutalisks. Probably not quite yet. Oh, right, and his natural is kind of open because he hasn't built any cannons, and now he's going to lose a bunch of probes. 1, 2, 3 probes. So not too bad quite yet, but he really needs to put a cannon or 2 in there. Although I don't know if he can really afford it at this point, because if he does that, he might end up not having enough forces to push out later. Looks like he's going to put 1 in, and this is just a really tough position for Jangbi at this point. He's going to have to find a way to break out, but it's not the easiest of jobs at this point. Now, since he didn't expect the Mutalisk opening, and his +1 speed alert attack did basically nothing, maybe killed a couple of drones, but didn't really do a whole lot. Mutalisk coming in here, taking a couple hits from the Corsairs. Coming with some Scourge as well, looking to try and take down these Corsairs. Looks like he is going to get a couple of them. Yeah, it looks like he got a couple of them, and the Mutila's coming in behind, while the cannon was still just finishing warping in, taking out a few more probes. So Jangbi really hurting for probes right now. He's probably lost like a half dozen, maybe a couple more to these Mutilas. Lost a bunch to the Zergling run by at the beginning, and now here comes another Zergling run by, and Jangbi just really struggling at this one. I think this is one of those games, I think, where Jangbi is going to fall. I don't really see how he could come back from this. This is not looking really pretty, and a lot of Hydras being produced, and the Zealots are probably could be able to take them out, but Hydra's just going to be careful with this Hydra. He's going to jump to the other side of his bridge, and Jangbi, there's no way Jangbi's going to be able to cross. So more Hydras coming in from the south as well. So now I got a phone call. Man, no one wants me to do this commentary, I guess, right now. Okay, and I am back again, and Jangbi looks like he's lost most of everything. Most of his Hydras, or most of his Zealots are all dead, and now his Corsairs are coming after the Zealots are dead, so the Hydras can pop them, and GG, yeah. Yeah, that was not pretty. So Jangbi's gonna lose, so he's gonna go on to the final game. Jangbi will be in the final match, so we're gonna have the losers match next, and then the winner of the losers match will play Jangbi. And other than that, Hydra advances 2-0 out of this group. And if Jangbi advances as well, then that's a pretty good prediction by yours truly. But we'll find out losers match next to see who gets to face Jangbi.